One question that people are always asking is, can you get free satellite TV with a dish network or a Bell or Directv dish? Short answer is no. The reason, and I'll tell you the reason why. They use a circular KU LMB at the front, and most North American free satellite TV channels use one of these, like these dishes here, a linear KU LMB. And also, this being about a 20 centimeter dish. Yeah, so this dish being a 20 centimeter dish is not going to be able to receive most linear KU signals. Now, could you make this work? If you change the LMB, yes, but it's a 20 centimeter dish, so you're not going to be able to pull in a lot of the transponders. So someone might say in the comments, you can use this, and I agree, you can, but you're gonna get like a sunburn just staying out in the sun trying to get this thing aimed at Galaxy 19. So don't even bother with one of these things. If you're gonna try doing that, which I don't recommend, I recommend you buy an appropriate dish for the job. These LMBs are not going to fit a dish network dish. These they're different designed for different dishes, so keep that in mind. If you want to experiment, go right on ahead. I'm not going into that thing. I'm trying to save people headaches and time by just buy the appropriate dish for the job. Here in Canada, we can find a lot of these Shaw Direct dishes. This dish here is probably what you need. Now you can see the difference in the size. All right, so this dish here is a 34-inch wide dish. It's actually 36-inch height, and it will receive Galaxy 19 KU band. It will receive 125 West KU band, and it will receive 87 West, 91 West, all the KU band satellites. C-band, you get a little signal off it, but I've used my 4-footer for C-band, and even with that, it's not the greatest, but it will work. So if you're interested in small, getting satellite signals on smaller dishes, but if you want to get KU band, you'll have to get one of these dishes. I'll have a link in the comments and description on where you can find one of these. So one thing I've emphasized in a lot of my videos is a Shaw Direct dish like this will work for free satellite TV. It's not as big as my 36-inch dish, so it's not going to get the signal as well. Might not get all the transponders, but I've been using one of these dishes for Galaxy 19, 97 West for years. And I've done videos where putting it on a fence pole, the wood cures, so I have to come back out and move it all the time. One of these satellite monitors comes in handy. I'll do a review on this specific one in an upcoming video. I've been working on one of these. So one of these things saves you from having to take your television set, your satellite receiver outside and trying to tune your dish. But if you want to save money, you don't want to spend $50 to $100 for one of these, go right ahead and just use your dish. Like, depending on what you're going to do. I mean, I'm out a lot, and so I found one of these that was worth my while. Other people, you might just want to do it once, so it's worthwhile just using your TV set and your satellite receiver. All right, so another question I get a lot is, can I use my dish network receiver to get free satellite TV? And the answer to that is no. Because those receivers are proprietary receivers, they're basically meant to be programmed by either, whoever the company that is your service provider, Dish Network, Bell, Directv, Orby TV, all those companies. So they have a proprietary system for that. So you won't be able to use it to scan in, and that's a question I get a lot with Orby TV. But I haven't looked at an Orby TV receiver, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to have like an option to scan in free-to-air channels. It's just the way that the industry works. You'll have to buy one separately. Now, the cost of a free-to-air receiver is I've seen them from $50 if you want to buy a cheap one, to about $200 if you want like a high-definition, an ultra-high definition receiver, an Enigma satellite receiver, which I've done reviews on here. So
that's kind of the route you'd want to get. Now, with the Enigma receivers, it helps if you have a little bit of knowledge on how to use Linux and computer stuff, because that makes it really helpful when working with this stuff. And about Orby TV. Now, with Orby TV, you can, from what I understand, because I'm able to get Orby TV with this dish, not actually get the channels, but get the signal, you can probably use your Orby TV dish. I'm guessing that it does have a linear, the Orby TV dishes do have a linear KU band LMB. So if you wanted to use that dish for free to air, you probably could, if you had a monitor or a free to air free satellite TV receiver, you'd be able to aim it at, for example, with that size of dish, you probably get some of Galaxy 19, and you probably get 125 West and some of the news feeds on 87 West and those KU band channels. Now, of course, with KU band, people are going to say, well, I can't get all the stuff that I can get with pay TV, you know, with all those pay TV channels. And that's true, you can. I got a busy life. I don't have a lot of time to watch TV. So I watch what I can watch on these things. I have a family. I'm either on YouTube or making YouTube videos, so I really don't have time for a lot of the pay TV channels. And another thing I got to say about the pay TV stuff is, like the TLC and Discovery networks and all that, there still is tons of commercials while you're watching those shows. Like there's all this they have a lot of these shows that have these cliffhanger endings, like Storage Wars or even Discovery Channel, where you think you're going to learn something, but you can learn it a lot faster by going to Wikipedia and reading one paragraph. With the way they do these cliffhangers on the shows, where they just keep leading on to make you wait for after the commercial. So yeah, there's tons of commercials. They do have the few movie channels like Stars and HBO that do have the no commercials throughout, but we're in a day and age now where we can get Netflix. But what Orby TV is for, and for what satellite TV is for, is there's a lot of areas that can't get high-speed internet reliably. So even with satellite internet, it's not the most fastest and reliable. I'm still waiting to see what SpaceX's Starlink will look like as they put more satellites in orbit, and once it becomes available to the public for public use with that internet service. And another thing I want to emphasize when people are just getting into this hobby is, with the smaller dish, you're going to be very limited to the amount of channels you will be able to get. You will be able to get a few hundred channels, but what you're more used to watching and seeing, probably here in North America, you'll probably need what you can probably see in the back there is that big C-band dish. A lot of the free satellite TV channels, like the that are in the clear, are on one of those things. So there's probably hundreds of channels on those on the C-band that you can get that will probably have more programming, like whatever you're looking for. So that's a choice you want to make. That might be a choice you might want to make if you're looking at cord cutting. All right, so the cost of free satellite TV, you're probably looking at around a few $100s depending on the installation. The one big plus is if you already have the cable going into your house and that you're not using, that's a big plus. Just the amount of time and energy it takes to run the cable into your house to your TV. So some satellite dishes are maybe around $100 up for one of these 36-inch ones, and a lot of them, they will come with the linear KU band LMB is what you'll need. And receivers, as I said, they're about between $50 to about $250, depending on what quality of a satellite receiver you're looking for. Because it is used in most of the rest of the world, other than North America, it's basically like a digital TV tuner where you can get one for about $50, but it's probably one of the cheaper ones. Might not have the best power supply capacitors inside it, but I mean, it's worth a shot. If you want to just get into the hobby, I recommend just spend if you want to try it out by just buying a cheapie. Just make sure it's a DVB S2 and it's able to get MPEG. At least the MPEG-4, but nowadays you really want to keep an eye out for the ones like the Amicos and the Gammas and the Edisons that can do what's it, Havoc, the ultra high definition MPEG MPEG-4, MPEG, whatever it is now. The Havoc compression. So you want to keep an eye out for that kind of thing as well.
And one more thing, you can get these things here, these Diseqc switches. You get in the light. It kind of looks like a splitter, like a TV splitter. So what I do with one of these is each satellite dish, I run the coax cable to each end of the LMB. So on this one, let's get it here in the light here. So it'll say LMB4, LMB 1, 2, 3, and 4 on this particular one. And then it'll have, this will go to the receiver inside your house. And you can also ground it. Yeah, you can ground these things. So if you're gonna use it as a ground plate, or ground all your coax cable, there's a little spot here. You just connect your ground wire to it. So this is great if you have multiple dishes. So if you still want to keep one of your older dishes and combine it with using the one cable, this thing will allow you to do that. So for example, if you have a subscription dish, probably the best thing for that is, because the receiver is proprietary, is possibly give it a try on LMB1 and then run the other Diseqc commands to the other LMBs for the other dishes, for the FreeSatelliteTV dishes. That's one way you can make this, could possibly make one of these work in a configuration. Just read up more on that when you, if you're looking to do something like that. But this is great. It'll allow you to connect multiple dishes up to your one receiver, or multiple LMBs, like what I have here, C-band dish, KU band dish, 2 KU band dishes, because KU band dishes are easy to find for me. Just go, if you look at any roofer's dumpster, you'll find like KU band dishes. C-band dishes might be a little bit harder to find, but you can search Kijiji, Craigslist, and find like a second-hand one, or buy one at Tech 2000 or at Satellites Galore. They've helped my channel out, so I endorse those guys. If you're looking for satellite equipment, go look at Satellite Galore or Tech 2000.
So please give this video a like. Come look at my channel. Come look at my Facebook group, FreeSatelliteTV 1 on Facebook. And I shared a bunch of videos and information about this type of stuff. If you're looking to get into this, the free satellite TV hobby. And I've made a ton of videos on this topic.
Alright, now we are going to do an unboxing video. Let's see what's in the box. Ah! It's a snake! Oh no, not a snake!